It's crazy where we're at today. It's such a crazy time in this world that this is what is like, this is where we're at. Women are more masculine looking than the men, and the men are just completely just it's an understatement to just say these men are feminine. That's an understatement. That's an understatement at this point. It's an understatement to say this is mental retardation, mentally confused, mental psychosis. This is an understatement. At this point, it's borderline insulting, is what it is. Like we're in the place in life where this stuff is starting to get shown so much. This culture is starting to just like God. Before it used to be like it's getting shoved down our throats. Like we're past that. We're past it even getting shoved down our throats. Like at this point, it's insulting. It's insulting for evil in this world. Got Sam Smith sitting here looking so just disgusting. Guy just fat and chubby and spilling out of latex. Like gross. Look at the guy's Grammy performance he just did. And then the next performance was him in black, but the equivalent performance. Like this is just disgusting. This is disgusting that this is what is like pushed for the world. Sam Smith is one of the biggest stars right now, music wise. Lil Nas X, what is this? Like these guys are just putting flaming, they're just putting broken down, they're just putting these black boys who have just gotten bucked and just raped by the industry in so many different ways. And you cannot convince me that Lil Nas X has not gotten raped a billion fold over. That's why it's Miley Cyrus's dad that's introducing him into the world. Probably one of his white handlers. Like these black entertainment stars are just, it's pitiful at this point. It really is. And this is who they'll put out for black. Teyana Taylor. What is this? Chick, every time you see, she looks like, I don't even want to use the D word on YouTube and then you just trigger stuff. But like these are the people they give out for young young people coming up. I'll just put it that way. Younger people coming up. Like this is a clown show on planet Earth going on right now. It's insane. Like it's insane that this is what is allowed to be excused on this planet. This is like normal. This is progressive. Holy crap, this is progressive. If you cannot agree with this and you can't go with the get down, you're considered all the terms you don't want to be labeled. You're homophobic, you're transphobic, you're this, you're that. You don't want to let people be free. You're closed-minded, you're this, you're that. Like they will just give you all these triggering words to put on you. They'll give you all these labels. They'll give you all these triggering labels. They'll identify you with these triggering labels. If you don't agree with them, me, I don't care. A lot of people don't care, but there are people who like you shouldn't even have to not care. Like you shouldn't have to like, oh yeah, you have thick skin to be able to not care. You still say what you want to say. No, you shouldn't even have to deal with that. Like people shouldn't be out here scared to speak up against this. People in the world shouldn't feel like if they speak up against it or if they have a different opinion, they'll lose in one way or another. This LGBT thing these guys are so protected in the world right now. It's insane. It's insane that it has evolved how it has evolved right now. It's crazy how these guys really have all this power right now. And this is the energy that's running the world. Like how at this point it's getting insulting to just see things and see images like this put out into the world. Like what is the meaning of this? Like I said, gay people, like I have said in other videos, gay people have always existed. I don't know why all of a sudden they want to act like they're this brand new creation and like, oh, people are fighting them now. Gay people have always been around, but it has never been so clownish. It has never been such a circus show just in people's faces. This is insulting, in my opinion. These are the ones they put out for the youth. These are the ones they put out for people to follow. Sam Smith's ugly, chubby self. God, he looks so gross. God, he looks so disgusting, bulging out of latex. This ugly, he's just so pale and chubby. Just like, God, he's so ugly to me. He is so disgusting looking to me. So pudgy, busting out of latex with just skin so pale. Like, this guy is so disgustingly ugly to me. And this is who is like, what a Grammy performance he gave on live national television. Like, this is what we are condoning on planet Earth, on live television, only for him to turn around and go do a repeat the very next, whenever it was, the very next award show. I didn't even watch it. I just saw it. I saw the pictures. I saw a snippet of his performance, and it's just like, this is insane. This is insane that these principles, these people, these images are even being allowed on planet Earth to flood the media, to flood eyeballs, to flood people's screens. Unbelievable. God, that guy is so ugly and gross to me. Just God, the nerve to be ugly as shit in latex, gyrating and grinding on stage like you're some sex symbol. That was the most disgusting thing I've seen. And people love this. I was like, what? And people were like, whoa, this is all, they're cheering for this. Are you serious? Got Lil Nas X. We already know what he does. Tiana Taylor's man wannabe self. Every time you see this chick, you don't know if she's a man or a woman. And Hollywood is so bizarre and so weird. And you don't know what she is. Chick looks so manly. Chick looks so masculine. Chick looks so masculine. She looks like she's bending. She looks like she's bending her husband over in their marriage. That's how masculine she looks. How you gonna take a picture? The woman is the most masculine looking one in this picture, and the men are just beyond feminine. This is not even feminine energy. This is just disgusting energy. Like, where are we in planet Earth? And where are we going with this? It's one thing to be here, but it's now an issue of, okay, but where are we going though with it? That's the real concern. That's the real like tribulation to this, is where are we going exactly? Because it seems like everything is getting okayed. And now to the masses, that's what you have to start paying attention to. That's what you have to start like really trying to put together, is where are we going? Everything is getting okayed. Everything is getting signed off on. You can't even call a pedophile anymore. These are just children attracted people. So they're putting some humanity in that. Where are we going with this? But nobody wants to speak up. People are scared to speak up against this, this group of folks. People are scared to speak up against this tragedy playing out on planet Earth, this circus show. People don't want to say anything, and people who do say something, unfortunately, it's like they get crucified. So you see why people don't want to say anything, but that shouldn't be a reason to now not say anything. Because if you see how hard these people are crucifying people for saying anything, that should let you know how hard they want people to be quiet, so they can continue to roll this so they can continue to roll this just blasphemous, I don't even know if that's a word, just this blasphemy filled anthem out. They want everybody quiet so they can continue to roll this anthem out. The fact that they are fighting so hard to keep people quiet should be the more reason people fight back. Not the reason people are actually staying quiet. You see, when they want you quiet like this, that's the reason to pump up and pump through. Because where are we going with this? It's one thing if there's an end goal, and the end goal is just for people all over to feel comfortable, and you want gay people and you want the LGBTQ to feel comfortable in their own skin, and that's the goal. Fine, because there's an end point to it. We're at the point where, hey man, LGBT, they are as comfortable as they have ever been on planet Earth. These guys walking around borderline freer than most civilians. It's insane. So if that was the end goal, then okay. But there's no end goal. So now from LGBT, from okaying this, we just keep okaying more and more. It's okay for a man to legally now be a woman. It's okay to get married. It's okay now transgender having baby. It's okay to say he's not a pedophile. Now you're child attracted persons. It's okay to share the same bathroom. It's okay now a grown man can be in little girls' bathrooms. It's like we just keep okaying more and more and more and more and more madness. What's the goal? What's the end game? And if there is no end game, my God, people should be way more like alert. I don't want to say frightened because this is not I never preach an anthem of being frightened. I always preach an anthem of knowing God. And when you know God, you don't shake hard, but you should be aware. Even God expects you to be aware of what's going on around you. And if there's with no end goal in sight of this movement, man, it's the children I'm frightened for in this world. Jesus Christ. I just finished saying with God you don't fear. And I'm really not. I say it just to say it, but I really don't. But at the same time, it's these children I fear for in this world. Not even in this country, in this world of today. It's the children I'm fearing for. I'm fearing for the children because they are not protected by the grown-ups, because the grown-ups are just totally bamboozled. It's grown-ups that are okaying all these things. It's grown-ups that are signing off on all these things. It's grown-ups that are going along with this program. It's grown-ups that are okaying this madness and lunacy. It's grown-ups, it's kids' parents that are okaying this foolishness. So that's what I mean when I say it's these kids I'm scared of. Because if the world was portraying and pushing this agenda out into the world, but the parents are intelligent enough to know that's not for me and that's not for mine, then it's not even a big deal. Whatever agenda can keep doing whatever it wants to do because because people are rolling with common sense. But that's not the name of the game today. Right now, it's like common sense is becoming a fossil. Is becoming a fossil, just something that will soon be prehistoric. It will be once upon a time in the days of way back then when common sense was a thing and people in the future would be like, oh, common sense was that. Like we're getting really goofy on planet Earth. So with that lack of parental intelligence to step in and really protect the kids, that's where it becomes really, really like heartbreaking for these children coming up. Like you have kids who will be going through something and what they need is a shoulder to talk to or a person just to give them advice. Instead, the grown-up they'll talk to is, well, if you're feeling that way, maybe you don't feel like a boy. Maybe you should be a girl. Now, this grown-up who's supposed to be the proper caretaker is putting this boy in heels, talking about he feels and identifies as a girl. Why? Because he shared some feelings with you? No, that's just human emotions. But we're growing up in a time where it's like the grown-ups don't know how to think. The grown-ups don't know how to think. So what should be common sense is not going to get passed down to these kids. So now these kids will go through something which is normal that every human being has been going through since the beginning of time. But now in this generation, the kids will go through the same thing. But instead of thinking logically as to how to deal with whatever it is that's coming up, this generation will just teach kids to just run away from those problems and tuck it under the rug. And, if you have mental health crisis, well, maybe you're really not mentally challenged and you just are, in a different skin. And maybe you're just feeling these things because you're not who you are supposed to be. And you were just born in a certain, just fuck. Where are we going in this planet? And why are there not more people who have a problem with this? That's the Jesus Christ. Everybody just is so okay. Everybody can't wait to show their love for this LGBT shit. This isn't even about hate. Don't even misconstrue my words. This is not about hate. This is just about God. Where are we going? Because this is motherfucking wrong. So wrong. It's disturbing and it's disgusting. It's disgusting and it's disturbing and it's frightening how people have really relinquished all their power to to this entertainment industry that pretty much runs this world right now. The more gaze you see on entertainment is the more gaze you see reflected on playing in the world. Like, that really is the correlation. These people are paid what they're paid for, not for their talents, not for their skills and their job. These guys are paid what they're paid for to do exactly what it is that they are doing, which is to bamboozle the masses and manipulate minds for people to follow them down this wrong ass trajectory. They're not paid the millions of dollars because they get on stage and they do these little quick dance steps and stuff. No, they're paid millions of dollars because they have agreed to be exactly what they are right now and to do exactly what they're doing right now, which is leading people so fucking disgustingly astray. This is just pitiful that this is really where we are in society. Like, whoa.